This is medicine. There's a message within, and each will find it in their own time.
We're going to begin today's practice standing at the top of your mat. We're working with back bends today, and what I really want to focus on is your foundation. So if we have a strong foundation, if we're grounded in who we are, we feel a little less afraid about opening our heart, being more vulnerable, being more compassionate in the world. So that's what I want to work with today. So just notice what your habits are, the way that you're standing, the way that you're grounded in your feet, where you feel the most pressure in the bottoms of your feet. And just no judgment, just being aware of your habits. We want to find equal standing on our feet. So that's called the four corners of the feet. The big toe mound, the pinky toe mound, and both edges of the heel. Try to find equal standing, and it really takes work to press down into the ground. On your next inhale, reach the arms up over the head, palms connect, and then just reach it up and back. So your heart's opening maybe for the first time today, and notice how that feels for you. Keep the breath moving through the body. It may be challenging, it may be super simple. As you exhale, bring the hands back down in front of the heart. Pause for a moment. Inhale again, reaching the arms up over the head. This time, bring it out like a scarecrow. And bring the shoulder blades together and down the back. Reach the heart forward, and then maybe lean it back a little bit. You don't need to go 150% at the beginning, just noticing where you feel tension in the spine, or maybe it's in the chest or the shoulders. Pressing down, rooting down, tailbones long. And exhale, bring the hands to touch in front of the heart again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive, bring the arms out wide, fold forward. Place the palms down on the ground, step it back, downward facing dog. So just one quick vinyasa to get some heat and energy moving in the body. Float forward on your next inhale into plank pose. Slide forward just a little bit, elbows hug in towards the body. Exhale, come all the way down onto your belly. Palms are right underneath the shoulders, and again, finding that foundation. So pressing into the hands, shoulders draw down, reach the heart forward and up, baby cobra. Exhale, come down. Inhale again, reach the heart forward and up. And exhale, come down. Inhale, press it back and up into your downward facing dog. One breath here. Inhale, reach the right leg up towards the sky. And exhale, bring the knee in towards the nose, around the spine, push the ground away from you. Give yourself some space to swing that right foot forward in between the hands. Drop down onto the back knee. For this first one, we're going to have our knee right underneath of our hips. So go ahead, lift up. You can bring your hands to your front knee and square the hips off. Press down into that front foot, all four corners of the feet. And then press down into that back shin. Find your foundation, find your grounding down, and then lift your whole body up from there. So it's sort of like your spine just grows long with stability. Go ahead and reach the arms up over the head. Heart reaching up and back. And exhale, bring the hands to touch in front of the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up over the head. You're going to take your left arm in a big round circle, so using full mobility of that shoulder, and bring the hand to your back foot, your heel, or to a block on the outside of your heel. And the right arm is just going to swing up in line with the ear, square off the heart so that it's facing the sky, and lift up, reach back. You don't need to go 150%. Just see how this feels for you and notice the breath. What's happening when you open yourself up, you're this vulnerable, or when you're met with challenge? What happens to your energy, your breath? And to get out of this, you're just going to take that right arm back into the knee and then gently lift up off of that left hand. Palms come to the ground, slide that front foot back, downward facing dog. One more deep breath in and out. On your next inhale, left leg reaches up towards the sky. As you exhale, bring the knee in towards the nose, press the ground away from you, swing the left foot forward, lightly place it between the hands. Back knee comes to the ground, go ahead and bring it underneath your hip, lift up. Hands come on your front knee. And again, ground down through the feet and the back shin. And take both arms up over the head. Reaching the heart up and back. Exhale, bring the hands to touch in front of the heart. We're going to take right arm up over the head. Reach it back towards that back heel or a block on the outside of your ankle. Left arm reaches up in line with your left ear. The heart is squared towards the sky. And then you're just reaching it up and back. Keep the breath moving. One more deep breath. And then the left arm comes first to the knee. Lightly lift yourself up off of the back heel. Plant the hands down on the ground. Slide that foot back. Make your way into child's pose. So knees as wide as the mat, toes touch. And just let your hips sink down towards your heels and your heart float down towards the ground. Another really great option for a child's pose that's good for the shoulders is placing a block or two blocks right underneath of your elbows. Bringing your palms to touch in prayer position and then placing both hands on the back of your head or neck. And then letting your heart sort of melt from there. Your forehead still touching the ground. So try to stay in touch with your breath, even in moments of stillness and quiet, surrender. Still taking this 10 minutes just to work on you, on feeling your best, on letting your energy move through, up and out and in and wherever it needs to go. On your next inhale, go ahead and lift yourself back up into tabletop. You can move the blocks off to the side if you use them. And we're going to come onto our knees and lift all the way up. You can have blocks on either side of the ankles if you use them, or it's also helpful to curl the toes under so that you have just more height in your feet, if that makes sense, instead of the tops of the feet being on the ground. So go ahead, lift up the arms in line with the ear again. Draw the shoulders down and the shoulder blades in towards each other. And then we're just going to take them one at a time. Right arm sweeps up and back, reach towards the heel, square the heart towards the sky again, and reach it back. One deep breath. And as you exhale, go ahead and lower the left arm down to the left heel. Reach the heart up and back, tailbone elongating, pressing down with the shins, reaching up with the heart. You guys are doing great. Keep going. On your next inhale, reach the right arm up. Keep squaring that heart towards the sky. And on your next inhale, lifting all the way up. Palms come to touch at the heart. Sitting back on your heels or in between the feet if that's available to you, or on a block. So keep lifting your heart up into your hands The crown of the head still reaching towards the sky. Feeling that rush of energy move through the body. And release. We're going to make our way onto our back for our final back bend. You guys have done all of the back bends. You're ready. Your spine is ready and warmed up. Two options, actually three options for you. The first one being kind of a more restorative one. If you have anything going on in your lower back, this would be very helpful for you. The second one is bridge pose, so it's active, and the third one is full wheel. So if you're doing the restorative one, go ahead and grab your block. We're walking our feet in to right beside our butt. So you can kind of graze your heels maybe with your fingers. Our intention is to keep the knees drawing in towards each other. Sometimes they tend to just bow out in this pose, and just draw them in. We're always working on hugging everything into the midline of the body. If you're doing the restorative one, you're pressing down through the feet, lift the hips up, grab the block. I recommend it on the second height or the first height, not the highest height, just because you have more surface area. And then you're just letting your hips rest on the sacrum. So it's not the tailbone and it's not the middle back, it's that space right between it, really. And then you can walk the shoulders underneath the body. We don't want our neck to be flat on the ground. We want to keep that natural curve in the cervical spine. You're welcome to stay here. This is a great pose for all sorts of reasons. If you want to take it to a little bit more heat, but maybe not a full wheel, you can just remove the block, and again, finding that foundation. So you're not using the tension of the glutes to hold yourself up, which is easier said than done. You're instead using the grounding, so pressing into your feet to lift your hips up higher, and notice how that activates different muscles in the body. Walking the shoulders underneath the body. You can keep your arms down by your side, or you can interlace them behind the lower back. Again, trying not to let our neck be flat on the ground. So you're pressing down through the top part of the back of your head, keeping that curve in the cervical spine. You can hold this pose for as long as you need. I recommend at least 5 breaths in back bends, but whatever feels good for you today. If you want to go into full wheel, you can go ahead and uninterlace the fingers if they are there. Roll down the spine. Keep the feet where they are, right next to your butt. Keep hugging the knees in towards each other. And we're going to take the hands right beside the ear with the fingers pointing back towards your body. Elbows are hugging in, shoulder blades are down the back and in towards each other. On your next inhale, we're just going to push up to the top of your head. Hips are lifted. Stay here, hug it in. Take one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, press down through the hands to lift your head up off of the ground. Find your foundation. Press down through the feet, all 4 corners of the feet. Lift your hips. Keep reaching your heart forward, if that makes sense. So away from your tailbone. Find that long arch in the back. Find your breath. When you're ready, you're just going to tuck your chin in towards your chest and slowly lower it down to the shoulders, and then rolling down every vertebrae of the spine till your hips hit. Draw your knees in towards your shoulders once you're there. And just notice whatever it is that you notice. When I first started doing back bends, the first thing I noticed was anger. Every time I did it, I felt mad at the teacher for making me do it, or myself for not being able to do it well, whatever it was. I felt anger, frustration. And that it has changed over the years. And now it's how I start my day. It's my favorite pose in the world. Bring your arms out like a T, or you can have them like a scarecrow. Keeping both knees together, we're just going to drop them over onto the right side. The closer you are to your elbow, the more intense it is. The further away, the less intense it is. And the deeper the breath is, especially in your belly, the more benefits you'll get from this pose. Just take 3 more breaths here. On your 4th inhale, lifting the knees up. And exhale, lower them slowly on the left side, as close to the elbows or as far away as you need. And always keeping in mind that each side of our body is different. So always approach it kind of with a beginner's mind. Twists are really good to practice after back bends. It sort of neutralizes the spine, and also it's really great for just moving the spine in every single direction. It's good to try to do that every single day. 3 breaths here. On your 4th inhale, lifting the knees up, hug them in towards your chest again. You can grab either side of the feet, lift the soles of the feet up towards the sky for a happy baby, drawing the knees in towards the sides of the body. And just rock your body from side to side like a happy baby. If there's any other poses you need to take before you take your Shavasana or your meditation, feel free to take them now. And I will leave you to finish off your practice however you need to finish it off for yourself today. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. It means so much to me. It really does. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.